everyone, it's Molly here, and I am super excited about today's video because not only is it the first time I am filming outside because it is actually a nice spring day out, so also, side note, sorry about like any bird noises, nature sounds, cars, hopefully you can deal with that because I just really wanted to film outside. And I'm also excited because this is my first collab video that I've been working on for a while now with Fashioneyesta. I will have her YouTube channel linked right at the top of the description box. And I seriously urge you to go check out her channel. I've talked about her before. She's truly amazing and she lives in the UK, so we've been collaborating over email to try and come up with these questions and make an awesome blind girl beauty tag. So I'm constantly getting questions about my makeup, my hair, fashion, how I do this stuff as a blind girl. And today, hopefully this will answer a lot of your questions. I am just gonna jump into it. I have my computer here beside me. I have the volume up pretty loud today just because there is like noises out in nature, so you might be able to hear the questions, but either way I'm gonna repeat them out loud anyways. What is the hardest makeup product to apply as somebody who is blind or visually impaired? For me, definitely mascara, 100%. I find mascara, still to this day, I've been wearing makeup since I was 12, 13 years old, and I'm now 21, and it's just still the hardest one. I have found techniques like using sample size mascaras, so I'll buy the sample set at Sephora that has like 12 or 13 sample sizes. And I always use my beauty points to get like the sample size mascaras because I find when I can hold my hand closer to my lashes and use the wand that way, it's just a lot easier. So, I mean, I found ways around it, but still, that's definitely the product I find most difficult. Number 2, what is your number 1 tip for shopping with vision loss? And for me, that's just going with someone you trust. I can't look in the mirror and see if an outfit looks good on me. So I need somebody who's going to be completely honest with me and say, you know what, that color washes you out too much. That style doesn't suit your body shape. I need somebody who's going to be totally honest with me. So I need to go with people that I trust, and typically for me, that tends to be people who are a little bit older, my mom, different mentors that I have in my life who are maybe in their 30s or late 20s. I find that they aren't my peers. They're not my direct age group, so they tend to be able to be more honest with me than my direct age group. Number 3, what is one beauty item you stay away from due to vision loss? And I have a couple. False lashes, definitely. I have very sensitive eyes, as I talked about in my Living with RP video, which I'll link down below, and I'll also link down below any of my Blind Girl Beauty 101 vlogs, by the way. But definitely false lashes. I just have very sensitive eyes and they tend to irritate my eyes. I can't even like open my eyes if I have false lashes on. So I definitely stay away from that. I stay away from any loose mineral products, loose mineral foundations, loose pigment eyeshadows, anything like that. Like loose powder and blind girl is like the worst combination. It's just a giant spill, a huge mess waiting to happen. And I definitely stay away from fake tanners. I might be super pale, I might look like you think I might need one, but I would just become a streaky mess. So those are definitely 3 beauty products I stay away from as a blind person. Number 4, what tips would you give a young blind girl struggling with vision loss who wants to get into beauty and fashion? Talk to your mom, talk to your friends, and you know, for me, when I wanted to start getting into makeup, I just said to my mom, hey, like, the girls at school are starting to wear makeup and I want to as well. And that's kind of how that door opened, and then my mom could help me kind of get into that world of beauty and fashion. I also recommend, I guess, doing your research, so like reading fashion blogs, watching YouTube videos about fashion and beauty, reading magazines online with a screen reader or your Zoom text, however you can read, and just learning about the world of fashion and beauty. Learning the trends and the things, and not necessarily learning the trends to follow all the trends, but learning the trends just so you know what's current and you can choose whether you want to be a part of that trend or not. Number 5, how did you learn to apply makeup as somebody who's blind or visually impaired? And for me, like I mentioned, you know, it started with an open conversation with my mom that I wanted to start getting more into it, and immediately, and this is a tip I have for any moms of daughters who are visually impaired as well. Immediately, my mom did the best thing she could have possibly done. She took me to the MAC Cosmetics counter. I was in grade 7. It was probably around October, November of my grade 7 year. She took me to our local MAC Cosmetics counter, and she had them do a full face of makeup on me, teach me what product goes where. She had them pick out very soft colors for me that would suit my skin tone, color match the tinted moisturizer, and just make sure that all the products were very appropriate for my age, very suitable to my skin tone, and just in general teach me what goes where. And then for Christmas, she bought me every single product they had used on my face, and I already knew, my hair, and I already knew exactly where all of those products went. So that was perfect, and she did that every single Christmas. So the next year when I was in grade 8, she took me around October, November again. She had them do a whole face of makeup for my, slightly older look. Maybe I had dyed my hair a different color and was going for a different kind of style. So again, she did that, and that's kind of how I built my makeup collection. Is I would just use those products all year, and then the next year I would go and get a whole fresh, updated look for my new age. Number 6, what is one thing you think every girl should be able to do without looking? And for me, that's definitely put on lip gloss and lipstick. Even when I'm wearing like a bold plum or a bold red or hot pink, I don't use a mirror, obviously. I mean, I can't. And I certainly don't understand when girls are using a neutral, like nude or soft pink, why they whip out a mirror or go to a bathroom. Like, we all know where our lips are. It's very simple. It's just hard to screw up, and I don't get why girls, like, I get it a little bit more when it's a bold color that you just don't want to go out the line, you want that crisp look, but I don't know, I think every girl should be able to do that. Do you think not being able to see yourself affects your self-confidence? This is number 7. I think this is a very complicated question with an answer that will differ to every girl, which is one of the reasons I think it's so fun doing this tag. I mean, I encourage all of you to check out Emily's version, and I can't wait to go watch it because I know our answers are going to be completely different because every blind and visually impaired girl goes through a different journey with vision loss, and they all find different unique ways to solve these problems or challenges of being in a fashion beauty world and figuring it out. So I think I'm just going to say I want to do an entire video dedicated to being blind and how that correlates with self-confidence. So keep your eyes open for that one. 8, name one thing you need help with when it comes to makeup or fashion. Honestly, I pick out all my own outfits myself. I do my makeup and my hair myself. The thing I need help with is the final check. So before I leave the house, I always make sure somebody, even if it's like my dad or a boyfriend or whoever it is, just somebody can check that my hair is done well, there's no kinks, it's straight, it's not frizzy, that my makeup is okay, that my outfit doesn't look totally crazy. So it's just the final check that I need help with. Number 9, what is a blind girl beauty or fashion essential? 100% Q-tips, like that's it. That is my definite essential for sure. I always have Q-tips in my purse. I always have Q-tips with me. And that's like the one thing when I have that final check done, I bring that Q-tip with me and I'm like, here, check it, fix it, do whatever you can. And they'll usually typically, like, the only thing I need help with fixing wise is just like the mascara blobs, whether that be on the inside of my nose or a little bit has come down underneath my lower lash line, that kind of thing. So definitely just Q-tips. And then I do tend to get watery eyes sometimes, so my makeup will smudge around the corners, so I keep them in my purse and have people touch them up. What is the best part about applying makeup as somebody who's blind or visually impaired? And for me, it's that I get to lay in bed and do my makeup if I want. Like, if I don't want to leave my bed in the morning before, like, I remember back in high school, I would be like so tired some mornings, I would have my mom like bring my case of makeup over from where it sits in my bedroom, and I would just sit on my lap and lay in bed doing my makeup because I can. I don't need a mirror, I don't need to get up and stand in the bathroom to do it, and it's awesome. And yeah, I never need a mirror. So if I have a bunch of girls over and we're getting ready to go out or something, they can all be crowding around one tiny mirror, and I'm sitting, I have my whole space around me, nobody's in my personal bubble and I can just do my thing without having to worry. Number 11, have you ever had any beauty or fashion faux pas or mishaps due to the fact that you're blind or visually impaired? Oh, lab card. And not that I can think of off the top of my head. I'm sure I have, but not that like immediately comes to mind right now. I mean, I'm always covered in dog hair. Like when people come over, I mean, I'm wearing white capris today, and I'm sure I'm covered in black hair, but that's just my life. I have a big black guide dog that walks beside me constantly, so I'm always going to be covered in hair. And it just makes me laugh when people come over and start to like pick the hairs off me, because I'm like, don't even try. Like, I'm covered, it's cool, I'm used to it. So I guess some people might view just being covered in black dog hair all the time as a fashion faux pas, but I mean, I don't really care at all. I'm sure there's definitely been times where nobody is home and I've had to like, or like when I lived alone, I would always just go to work with sunglasses on like this, and then when I'd get to work, I'd take my sunglasses off, and the closest girl, I'd be like, here's a Q-tip, fix my makeup. So just, I'm sure there was time when maybe I had a mess up that was outside my sunglass line, and people were like, what is that cray girl looking like walking down the street? But I mean, Toronto's used to all sorts, so I'm sure I didn't look that crazy compared to most. Number 12, do you ever have people commenting that you don't look blind or visually impaired? And this is a constant comment I get probably at least once a day when I leave my house. I say when I leave my house as if I stay in my house all the time like a hermit. I mean, yeah, when I go out, it's at least once a day, all the time. People are always asking like, what is my guide dog for? Really? You don't look blind? And it's one of those things. I have a whole blog about that, and I'm going to post that down below. I get where people are coming from. I don't look like the stereotype that the movie or the media portrays. I'm not constantly wearing the dark sunglasses. I have style, at least I like to think I do. I do my hair and makeup nice, and people don't think that I should care about those visual things because I can't see them. And that's also something I plan on writing a blog post about, just like, why do I care? Why do I like getting into makeup and fashion even though I can't see it? Because it's definitely a question I get, and it is something that confuses people, and I guess people just can't fathom how they could do something without being able to see because they've never been forced to. So I think it just confuses people when they see my makeup. So 13 is, do you use any assistive technology or apps when you're trying to put an outfit together or do your makeup? And obviously at this point there's no assistive technology that can kind of like zoom in or anything that would help me, but way back when I could see there was. So back when I had some more sight, on my MacBook I would open Photo Booth and I would have that almost like live image of me, but unlike a mirror I could zoom in. So I could like zoom in on my face and scroll around and see what I looked like, see how my makeup and hair was. And it's still like, I still would never be able to see the black blobs and stuff like that, but I could see the general look of what I had going on. So definitely, if you still have some sight, open Photo Booth on your computer and like zoom in to see your face. It's pretty cool, and you can like check out your makeup and your fashion that way. So that was something I used to do all the time. I used to always use like magnified mirrors with lights around them, so it would light up my face and the mirror would be really zoomed in and magnified, stuff like that. And there's lots of apps for like helping pick out outfits in terms of telling you, oh, that's a purple shirt or that's a striped shirt or that kind of thing. But I don't personally use any of those because I just have developed a very good memory over time, and so I've kind of memorized the texture of things and relate it back to the color I've been told it is. So for example, I know that this is kind of like a mint seafoam green crochet knit sweater. I'm wearing white denim ripped capris. You know, I'm wearing my gold aviators with my brown polarized lenses. So I've just memorized that kind of stuff. Hi doggy. Yeah, so that's kind of how I do it, and I don't use any apps. And like I said, I just do a check at the end with somebody. So that is it. Those are the 13 questions. I will have whoever I'm tagging down below. Obviously, these are other blind and visually impaired YouTubers or bloggers that I'm tagging. And then I will also have all of the blogs that I mentioned down below, Fashioneyesta or Emily's channel and social media stuff, and all of the questions that we came up with. So that is it. If you liked this collaboration, then definitely give it a thumbs up. Go check out Emily's channel, let her know I sent, say a little hello down below in her comments. And that is it for today. I love you guys. And yes, the makeup tutorial will be coming at some point. My boyfriend has the footage and he is editing it. I promise it's coming. And that's it. Bye!